Let's rewind the clock and step into the corridors of history with a fresh perspective. Exploring the past is like discovering a treasure trove of vintage photographs, each one preserving a piece of a story that might have faded away. Here are some rare and creepy historical photos you won't find in history books. Number 6. Buffalo Skulls. Let's examine these buffalo skulls. This haunting photograph, taken in use during the 1880s, vividly portrays the severe decline of the American buffalo population. Over a short span of 50 years, the buffalo numbers plummeted from 30 million to a mere 325. The image starkly reveals the aftermath of this massive die-off. Early U.S. settlers, driven by the need for food, hunted millions of buffalo, leading to near extinction. However, their actions were not solely motivated by sustenance. They also sought to disrupt and undermine Native American communities by eliminating a vital resource. The result was a devastating loss for both the environment and the indigenous peoples who relied on the buffalo for their way of life. This photograph serves as a powerful reminder of the consequences of unchecked exploitation and its impact on both nature and culture. Thanks to breeding efforts, the American buffalo population is now around 500,000, but that's still far less than the 30 million from the 1880s. This photograph serves as a reminder of how badly mankind has treated nature over the years, and sadly, we're not doing much better today.
The idea behind it was to create awareness around first kind of known genocide.
Number 5. Shell shock. Let's look at shell shock. This World War I soldier is terrified at the sight of part of his uniform. He is experiencing shell shock, a form of PTSD. After World War I, many soldiers endured this condition, having witnessed such horrors that it scarred them for life. The mere sight of this man's hat is enough to cause extreme distress, as he spent months in trenches with bombs exploding around him every 10 seconds. This relentless trauma would last for hours or even days, gradually breaking down their nervous systems. Tragically, many soldiers suffering from shell shock were executed by their own armies, as they were mistaken for cowards when they were actually in mental distress. One famous image, titled "The Eyes of Madness," shows a soldier from 1916 who had gone insane from what he had witnessed, to the point where he even appears to be smiling. Many soldiers with shell shock lost the ability to walk, struggled with basic functions like eating and sleeping, and were forever changed by the war. Even today's soldiers continue to experience PTSD and shell shock from combat. Number 4. Dyatlov Pass Incident. Next, we have to examine the mysterious Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of history's most baffling unsolved events. In 1959, 9 experienced Russian hikers embarked on a trek in the Ural Mountains, only to meet a tragic and mysterious fate. The group established a camp, but something inexplicable forced them to leave it in the middle of the night, venturing into the freezing snow with barely any clothing. When their bodies were discovered, it was revealed that 6 of them had died from hypothermia, while 3 others suffered severe trauma, including fatal blows to their skulls, suggesting they may have been attacked by something or someone. But the mystery deepened further when the hikers' cameras were recovered. One of the last images taken showed a large, shadowy figure lurking among the trees, which some speculate could have been a monster, perhaps a yeti. Another eerie photo from their camera depicted a glowing orb in the sky, adding to the enigma. To this day, the Dyatlov Pass incident remains unsolved. Some theorize that an avalanche may have caused the hikers' deaths, while others believe it could have been something far stranger, possibly involving a living creature or even extraterrestrial forces. Despite numerous documentaries and investigations, we still don't know what truly happened on that tragic night in 1959.
This is Dyatlov Pass. We found footprints.
Your GPS is all screwed up.
Number 3. Colonel Anthony Biddle. Moving on, we have to look at Colonel Anthony Biddle. Well, this photograph may look like a scene from a John Wick movie, but it actually shows a real-life U.S. Army colonel. The man at the center of this image is Colonel Anthony Joseph Drexel Biddle. He was a hand-to-hand combat expert known for ordering trainee Marines to try and kill him with bayonets, and he would then disarm them all. That's right, this man was able to disarm around 20 people at once. This image was taken in 1943, but over the years, he did this with all training Marines. Colonel Biddle has gone down in history as the USA's best hand-to-hand combat expert ever. He learned close-quarters combat when he was young and was a boxer who won many competitions. He later trained hundreds of troops in hand-to-hand combat during World War I and World War II. Colonel Biddle passed away in 1948, 3 years after helping the USA win World War II.
The recruit learns to handle the fundamental weapon of warfare, the fixed bayonet. This
Either you or your enemy. The secret of bayonet fighting is to be able to strike swiftly and directly at
Number 2. Mysterious Time Traveler. Moving on, we have to look at this mysterious time traveler. This photo is famously known as the time-traveling hipster photo. It was taken in 1941 at the reopening of a bridge in British Columbia, Canada. While everyone else in the crowd appears to be dressed in period-appropriate attire, one figure stands out. He is wearing modern clothing, including a logo-printed t-shirt, a hoodie, and sunglasses. He also seems to be holding a camera with a contemporary design. Some experts have attempted to explain the image, suggesting that while sunglasses were uncommon, they did exist in 1941. Additionally, his camera might be a Kodak folding pocket model, which, though unusual, was available at the time. Nevertheless, the man's modern appearance raises intriguing questions. Could he be a time traveler, or was he simply ahead of his time in terms of style and technology? Number 1. Hook Island Sea Monster. Moving on, we have to look at the Hook Island Sea Monster. One of history's biggest enigmas is the Hook Island Sea Monster. The most famous photograph of this creature was taken in 1964 by Robert Lasserac, a French man vacationing with his family in Australia. The creature in the photo resembles a massive tadpole, estimated to be 70 to 80 feet in length, and found in the shallow waters of Hook Island, Australia. The photo shows the monster's head and eye, as well as its enormous body trailing behind. There are various theories about what the Hook Island Sea Monster could be. Some believe it might be a giant plesiosaur, while others speculate it could be an unknown species of eel or ray. Over the years, various other sightings of the Hook Island Sea Monster have been recorded, but exactly what this creature is remains unexplained to this day. Now it's time for you to make your voice heard. Comment down below which of these historical photos you found the most creepy. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now.